How are things going for everyone? It's Sam. In fact, the next 2 days are very important for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. An awful lot of people are watching it right now because 3 or 4 very important events are coming up in the next few days. If it's okay with you, please click subscribe and turn on the bell icon below the movie to see more videos like this one. But there are a few things we need to talk about that might take a little longer than planned. I'll try to keep this as short as possible. There's also a link to Margex below the movie. We're right on the edge of this route if you want to trade cryptocurrency. Would you like to buy or sell something? Maybe you think the market will go down, right? It's possible to put it on Margex. A link to Coino is also there. On that site, you can trade futures or just buy crypto on the spot. There's also a link to Bluefin. Right now, if you sign up through the link, all of these have different deals. You either get your trade fees back or get extra bonuses on top of that. First, Bitcoin is in a very interesting spot. It's in a downtrending range, but it feels like it's right up against us. A couple of big things are going to happen in the next 48 hours. People love it when I say 48 hours, 24 hours, 12 hours, 12 hours, and so on. But there are a few big things happening in the next 2 days. Well, tomorrow and Wednesday will bring some of the most important economic signs we're seeing right now. We have PPI tomorrow. This is the cost of doing business measure. This shows how inflation is likely to change in the future, and we think the median forecast will go up a bit from last month. From 0.2, we think it will go up to 0.3. Then CPI is on Wednesday. From last month, the CPI is likely to go up a little. This month, at least we expect 0.4%. We had 0.3% last month, but we think the year-over-year number will drop from 3.5 to 3.4. As you might expect, the market will be bearish if this comes in a little higher than projected. It's likely that we'll take a drop because interest rates are likely to stay high for longer, which is not good for taking risks. But if this comes in low, things could get very exciting for cryptocurrencies and risky investments in general. In the markets, these two events will be watched by everyone over the next 2 days. That's either one of two things that will happen in the next 48 hours. Another thing is that the 13F applications will end on the 15th. That means the last day to submit is May 15th, 2015. We're going to get CPI today. That day we'll have all 13F files. Now tell me why these are important. They are some of the richest people in the world. It seems like 100 million is the magic number. People who put $100 million into something and now have to go file reports on what they bought. What they hold is what they sold. And this is the due date. What have we learned so far? A great deal of businesses are getting Bitcoin ETFs. Bank of Montreal has more than one Bitcoin ETF file and more than one ETF position. Franklin Templeton, Fidelity, BlackRock, and Grayscale. Truist is here. That sounds like how you say it. Truist Financial Corp. According to reports with the SEC today, they have exposure to ETFs. A top 10 US bank with $530 billion in assets as of 2018. The SEC says that UBS, which is Switzerland's biggest bank, now owns shares in the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. It looks like more and more businesses, mostly banks, are now keeping these ETFs. Now, if you really didn't want anyone to know you bought Bitcoin, you could wait until the very last day and then tell everyone. It gives you a few extra days of putting a lot of money into these ETFs. You might wait if you were a big tech company or something. I'm not saying that Apple or Google will buy the Bitcoin ETFs or something like that, but that's still a chance, and those are due on the last day. If we have 15 days to file something, it makes sense that about 6.6% of people will do it every single day. It's more likely that we'll have more on the first and last days, though. It will be interesting to see who comes through and who has been buying but didn't want to say until the very end that they had been. That will also happen later this week. What is going on today? Roaring Kitty is coming back, then. This is what I talked about in a video earlier today, but he's been posting more and more. 20,000 people saw this picture of someone sitting forward with a remote, and they've been adding more and more videos. Now, these are clips from different TV shows, movies, and ads. I'm not really seeing anything other than hypey, like get ready for big things to happen sorts of things. Yes, it's possible that he's making plans. Today, GME's stock went up 72%. Crypto went up by anywhere from 1,500% to 100,000%, based on which one you look at. Today I've seen some crazy gains. One of the memes I have is Reddit Coin, which I've talked about before. That might do well, right? If you want to follow Reddit Coin, you can do so. It will be interesting. What else changes because of Roaring Kitty? Today AMC stock is also up a lot. I may have talked about in a movie. It's up 78%, just maybe. Early on, it was up 20%, and now it's up 78%. He might buy some Bitcoin, but only maybe. That doesn't seem crazy to me. I talked about in a video why he might want some Bitcoin after what he went through with some of these Wall Streeters. Roaring Kitty, if you're out there, you should buy some Bitcoin. It's likely to help you. You are a little more in charge of your financial future now. You can trade it all the time. Some hedge fund won't be able to turn it off. Okay, I guess that's a good idea. In any case, we do have important economic facts. We also have big data and data that comes out every 3 months, and we're right on the edge of this channel. Here are 2 different situations. 3, let's just stick with the trend. Coming right in at the high 50s, let's go back to the trend. That might happen. We might break through. It would be bullish if we broke through this range. We go up to 65 and break through it. Then we go to 67 and do something in there. We might be able to keep going up. In a different case, we might get bad economic facts. It's possible that people are just pretending to be longs to get them excited. Maybe we go right over, but then the CPI data comes in and the price drops back down to around $53,000, which is the bottom of this channel and where we saw support before. Who knows? Who knows? We need to watch. You should know that I'm not trying to sell or trade the CPI or PPI reading or anything else. I'm not trying to make it very long or very short. As I said before, I still have my long positions open. These are low-leverage longs that I plan to use to profit from the next leg up. I have BTC in a lot of places. I also have a lot of alts. I'm ready. I also have some cash there in case things go bad. But please tell me what you think about this below the video. Where do you think the week will end? Fill out the form below and let me know. You can check out Margex if you want to trade. You could also check out Blowfin or Coino. Thanks a lot. Thanks for that. I'll see you all in the next movie. Goodbye. Brown.